Hi, this is Scott from Pocketbox, and today basically I'm doing a parent's guide to Pokemon cards. So when I'm in store I get asked a lot by parents, how do I get an EX card? I've seen them online, they're quite expensive. Why are they so expensive? So the EX cards obviously are the rarest cards that you can get. So today I'm just going to do a little bit of a video about booster packs, what kind of cards you'll get in them, what the different cards are worth, and then just to give you a little bit of advice on whether you should buy your EX cards trying to randomly get them in booster packs, or whether you should buy them directly through places like eBay. So we'll get stuck into it. So when it comes to the question of purchasing EX cards, there's two main ways to go about it. You can either buy a booster pack like this one for around $6, or you can buy the cards individually on eBay, which I'm sure you've all looked at, and they can be anywhere from $10 right up to $50 or $60. So before we go into answering that question, I just want to quickly go through what type of cards you'll find in a typical booster so you can sort of understand the value of them. So basically there's three main types of cards, common, uncommon, and rare. So we'll have a look at the common and uncommon first. So when it comes to common and uncommon cards, you've got common cards which basically have a circle down the bottom here, uncommon cards which have a diamond, as you can see there. Now in the common you can also get energy cards. You can see they've still got a circle, but they're not Pokemon, they're energy cards. And in the uncommon you can also get trainer cards. So they still have the diamond down the bottom there, but again they're not Pokemon, they're support cards. So what are the value of these? Well, basically when we're talking the Pokemon, these guys here, you'd be lucky to get sort of 20 cents each for them, and that's if you can find somebody to buy them, because there's 5 common cards in every booster pack, so 5 of these, and there's 3 of these, and they're made up of these as well. So when I say 3, there's a combination of 3 of these and a combination of 5 of these in every booster pack. So there's quite a lot in circulation. There's not a lot of need for people to buy them individually, which obviously makes their value quite low. So those 3 sort of cards there, they're good to take to school, they're good to play with. You don't really need to worry about protecting them. Obviously as a collector you can put one in a folder for safekeeping and then just play with the rest, because you really don't need multiples of these, and you really won't need to worry about the kids taking them to school, getting stolen, lost, broken, crushed up in the bag, all that sort of stuff. Now with the trainer cards, they are still uncommon, and some of them are worth maybe 75 cents a dollar, but there are some out there that are worth up to $10. What makes a trainer card valuable is basically how useful it is in tournament play. So basically down here it's got the move. So this one here, the Power Pad, basically shuffle 2 supporter cards from your discard pile into your deck. Now in tournament play this isn't overly useful, so this isn't a highly sought after card. So this particular one is probably worth maybe 75 cents a dollar, and you probably wouldn't see a high volume of these needing to be sold. However, there's another card called a Muscle Band which adds 20 damage to your Pokemon, and they can sell for around about $8. So the easiest way to find out if your trainer card is valuable or not is just go to eBay and type Pokemon and then type 92 of 106, and it'll basically bring back a whole bunch of results of people who are selling them, and that'll give you a really good indication of the value of a trainer card. Alright, so then we have reverse hollows. So basically a reverse hollow, it has a matte finish on the picture here, and then the rest of the cards, so the top, the sides, and the bottom are all shiny. So you can see as I flick it around there, you can see the rainbow effect coming across the card. Now these are really, really good because kids really love these because they're shiny, they're fancy, they look really nice, and some of them can be quite valuable, but a lot of them aren't. So again, how you tell is you have a look down the bottom here, and as you can see with this one, it's got a diamond down the bottom, which makes it an uncommon. You can also get common reverse hollows and rare reverse hollows. So the rare reverse hollows can be worth up to $10 depending on what they are. With the commons and uncommons, usually they go for sort of 50 cents, maybe to $2. So they're not super valuable, and again they're really good for kids to take to school because they look fancy. Other kids really like them. It makes your Pokemon collection look really fancy because you've got all these shiny cards, and you will get one of these in every booster pack that you buy. Now next is the rare card. So basically in every booster pack you'll only get one rare card. There's 4 different types of rare cards, but you'll only ever get one, unless you get a rare reverse holo, then you might end up with 2. So, the different types of rare. So the most common rare card found in a booster pack is a standard rare. So basically a standard rare has a star down the bottom here, as you can see, and it's a full matte finish. Now these usually, their value is usually somewhere from $1 to $2. So there's a little bit of value in them, but it's not a big deal if they get crushed or stolen or broken, because they're not the most valuable cards, and you can replace these relatively easy. The next type, and these start to get, this is where we start to get into the much higher value cards. So this is a rare holo card. So you can see when I flick it backwards and forwards, the picture through here is actually shiny. So these cards, they still have the star down the bottom of them, but there are far fewer of these in a booster pack, and these can sell anywhere up to $10. So these are usually around about the $5 mark. So they are quite valuable, and if you got one of these, you would definitely want to look after it. And now this is where we get into the EX cards. So EX cards are always ultra rare, so they still have a star down the bottom, but their star is silver. And these are much harder to find. Now if you manage to get one of these, as you can see I've done with mine, I've got it in a plastic sleeve to protect it. You would definitely want to protect the card, because if it starts to get scratches and nicks on it, it really decreases the value. Cards like this, the ultra rares, they're usually worth sort of between $10 and $25 depending on the card, and if it's really popular in tournament decks, it really drives the value up, because obviously there's a huge demand for them. And then the last type of card is what we call a full art card. So with every other card we've looked at, they've had the text box down the bottom here with the moves written in it. With the full art card, basically as you can see, the Pokemon card is art from top to bottom, and the moves are just overlaid over the top of it. Now the whole card is very shiny, as you can see, and it does have the silver star down the bottom. These are by far the hardest cards to get in a booster pack, and by far the most valuable. Most of these full art cards start at about $15 and go up to about $60, depending again on if they're used a lot in tournament decks, because if they are, that really drives the value up. Now you need to be careful with these sorts of cards. So if you're going to go and buy them on eBay, there's probably 2 things you really need to keep in mind. Is while these are tournament legal, their value will be quite high. So something like this Yveltal EX, I think at the moment is around about $30, $35. As soon as this becomes non-tournament legal, which means that people that play Pokemon professionally can't use these in standard tournament play anymore, the value will drop quite sharply, because the market will be flooded with all the tournament players getting rid of these. Now my advice in terms of buying, if you want to buy for a collection that you're going to keep long term, I would definitely buy from a reseller, not from a player, because obviously resellers such as myself, we never play with the cards, we take them straight out of the packets, we put them in protective sleeves. As you can see, the edging is all perfect, there's no scuff marks. So if you're going to collect them, and you know your children are going to have them 5 or 10 years, or maybe even collect them as they become adults, you would definitely want to buy them in this sort of state. If they just want to buy them to play with them, well then you can always buy the ones that aren't tournament legal anymore. They will probably have scratches and scuff marks around the edging, and they won't be in as good as condition as this, but they also won't cost you anywhere near what these cost. Now, what I've done for you as well is I've just opened 8 booster packs, so 8 standard X and Y booster packs, just to give you a sort of rough idea of what you can expect. So I won't go through all the cards, we'll just have a look at the rare cards, because obviously they're the ones that are worth the money. So in the first packet here, I got a common reverse holo, and I got a standard rare. So in that $6 booster pack, I've got about probably $2.50 worth of cards there. Alright, so the next one here, we have a uncommon reverse holo, and we have another standard rare. So we've got one, we'll just put these aside here so we can have a look. So we've got 2 standard rare cards. So then in the next packet here, we have a common reverse holo, and there we go, we've got an ultra rare Venusaur EX. So we've got 1 EX card there. Alright, next packet here. So we have a that's a rare reverse holo, and it's actually a rare holo as well. So that's a very good packet of cards there. Alright, so next one here. So it's a bit messy. Here we go. Alright, so we have a common reverse holo, and we have another rare holo. So that's another good lot of cards there. Alright, next one. So we have a double colourless energy card, so that's a common card as well, uncommon card, and that's a reverse holo. And then we have a standard rare, so that's that one. This one here, we have a common reverse holo, and we have a standard rare. And in the last packet we have, there we go, a standard rare and a rare reverse holo. So you can see in my 8 packets there, I got one EX card. This one's probably worth around about $15. I got 5 standard rare, so obviously the least valuable rare cards, but still collectively those cards would probably be about $10 worth of value there. I then got 2 rare holos, so their collective value is actually also probably about $10. And then I got 2 rare reverse holos, so these guys would probably sell for $3 or $4 each. So when we add that up, we've got $6 there, you've got 16, you've got 26, and then you have your Venusaur EX card, which is worth about $15, $20. So we have about $40, $45 just in those few cards out of all of the cards that were in this packet. So you can see the bulk of your value lies in those rare cards, and they're definitely the ones that you want to look after, protect. If you're going to collect them, keep them in folders, keep them in plastic sleeves. Don't store them where there's going to be moisture, otherwise the cards will stick to the plastic just like photos do. Thanks for watching my video. I really hope that guide helped you in understanding the values of Pokemon cards better, and maybe just teaching you which ones to look after, which ones are good to take to school, and which ones are good to leave at home. If you have any other questions about Pokemon cards, just leave them in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. I've also popped a link down there to my eBay store if there's a card you're looking for. I might have it. Unfortunately, I only post to Australia at the moment. Also, there's a link to my Facebook page. I do a lot of other collectibles through there as well, so if you'd like to check them out, let me know, and thank you for watching.